Hi, my name is George of Fun with Flies. Today we're going to be tying a pheasant tail flashback. What I have here is about a 3/4 inch hook, some black thread. I'm going to be using some white or clear Swiss straw. I've got a little copper wire, and just a pheasant tail. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thread the hook all the way from the eye all the way to the throat, or right at the gap. I want to take off about 3 or 4 strands, 3 or 4 fibers. Okay, now these have a natural bend to them, so we want to grab them just like that, and you want to put it balanced on the shaft. So put it right up there. Keep it right on top. Nice light pinch wrap, keeping it on top. Pull this off here, cut it back. Okay, just 1 or 2 wraps just to hold it in. We kind of go back to the beginning again, keeping it nice and flat. Want to keep bulk on the hook is down as much as we can, so we want to keep it nice and flat. So for the wire, we put some wire in. I'm going to cut off about a nice little piece of wire. And I want to run this right about to where the body's going to end. Keep it nice and even, which is right about here. Same thing, working to just keep it on top. And then keeping the tie nice and even on the body, all the way back again. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we're going to pick out some more fibers. This time, grab 3 or 4 of them. In fact, I got some nice ones right here. Get them as close as you can to get as much fiber as you can on there. This is what we're going to do to wrap it. Okay, let's let this get this nice and flat on the thread. And we're going to tie this in a nice light wrap to grab it. There we go. And we're going to get our thread to where the body ends, right about there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to wrap the body with the fibers. Now you want to be really careful with these. These are really easy to pull out and they're really easy to tear. So you don't want to really apply any kind of pressure, and just kind of hold it. And then start overlapping. You want to keep it as flat as you can. So right about there. And you don't want to overlap. Keep wrapping. Just keep going all the way to the body. As close as you can get to that thread. And if you lose the thread, don't worry. Because we'll just grab it right back in. And we'll just tie it right in. Go back over to the left of where you're tying. Give it about 3 wraps. And then you can twist them, turn them a little bit, cut it off. It just had one that came loose, which is fine. And I just cleared it up. Okay, next thing you want to do is grabbing the wire. You're going to do the same thing. This time I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And this is where you just want to make sure you're getting nice even wraps.
This is Charlie Cricket again, Fun with Flies. I wanted to remind you, if you get a chance, to visit the Fun with Flies website. We're updating it every day with new patterns and all kinds of new ideas for you to tie, including some training. We're going to be adding some PDFs so you can cut out some patterns and some material lists. And while you're at it, if you enjoy this video and you want to see some more of them and see them right when they come out, which we're sending out maybe one a week, go ahead and choose subscribe and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, have a good day and enjoy. Send you back to George, funwithflies.com. Bye-bye.
When I get to the end, I do 2 wraps right next to each other. Cross over the thread. Tie in the wire. Okay. Okay, and that takes care of the body. Alright, and so next thing we're going to do is we're going to tie in a piece of swish straw. So take a piece of swish straw, just a couple inches. Okay, we don't need the whole piece, so what I do is pull it out. It's nice and fragile, so it's easy to work with. Tears nice and easy. So I'm just tearing off a nice thin piece, a little thicker than that. Here we go. Okay, and then I'm folding it, crinkling it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to drape it over, do a nice tight wrap on top. Leave it toward the back. I'm going to trim this off. Okay, tie that down. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is just like we were doing the wrap of the body, except now you want to at least get 6. Pulling these back. Grabbing my dubbing needle. Just separating, pulling back a little, and taking my scissors and just kind of snipping them close to the base, trying to keep them together. Okay, I think this one, we don't need that, and this looks better. Okay, so when we're tying this back, and we want to take these, want them even on the top. Even on the top. Again, laying them balanced on top of the hook. And I'm kind of tying them right in. Okay, and going back again. That's unwinding. I'm going to grab some dubbing from the bottom of my feather. You don't need a lot of it, just a little. Wrap that on here. Just a little bit of spit, nice and tight on. Then wrap it one direction. Slide it up. Okay, from here, I'm going to take the pheasant feather, pull it forward, keep it nice and flat. I'm going to tie it in, nice and loose on top. Okay, we want to split it. Okay, so once we split it here, we're going to take it, split it right down, pull it back. So it's nice and even going along down the side of the body. Keeping pressure on there. Tying it in a little bit. So we should have two, just like that. Okay, then we're going to pull I'm going to pull the Swiss straw forward, pull the legs back, and wrap this on top. Pull the fiber back. Going to tie it all in. This will be the head of the fly. We're going to take this and whip tie it. And we're going to get a nice whip finish on there. Okay, once you're done with the whip finish, okay, we got these out where we need them, and you want these right about the length of the body. So I can trim these just a little bit. Careful with them. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is for the flashback, which is the piece of plastic or the piece of Swiss straw I have on the top. I got a little green marker on here. And I'm going to color that in nice. And I think I'm even going to do the hook with it. The hook eye. Okay, give that a second to dry. While that's drying, a little bit of black. Okay, I'm going to split the tail. Make sure they're all split, the side wings or legs. Okay, that should be dry now. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to run a little bead of resin all the way up the body. And there it is, the Pheasant Tail Flashback. I'll trim this up a little bit.